Hello, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's, looking at another Audi A6 2-litre TDI Ultra here with a blocked DPF and EGR cooler. Okay, so inside the vehicle he's got an engine light on there. Looking on live data, we have 90 millibars, 89, 90 millibars on the DPF pressure. Particle soot 9 grams, which is not too high considering. Go back, have a look at the fault code P200200, efficiency below threshold there, so it's the same code that you get when the EGR or the EGR cooler or the DPF. Now I've done probably 20 of these now, maybe 25, something like that, these cars. Some of them have got high DPF pressure, others haven't. Others have got, you know, under 5 millibars of pressure, but we still got the code. That would be the EGR cooler. Now I probably believe on this car that it's probably not even the EGR cooler that's blocked, but the DPF, because the DPF is on a high pressure. But of course it could also be both, the EGR cooler and the DPF is blocked. Okay, so what I've got here is 2 bottles of Launch DPF cleaner, and so what I've done is I've poured half of the contents of these into 2 empty bottles and now fill them back up with another 50%, so they're all of these are now 50% full. So I've got 4 bottles out of 2, and I'm going to fill the other remaining halves up with water. So now I'm going to come over to the car. I'm going to remove the plastic panel here. So we've got a couple of little clips here that you just pull up and we can get them out. Got 2 screws here either side of this plastic inlet pipe here. Just going to remove those. I've got those 2 over there. So now we can pull this off, get it removed from here. Now with that gone, it just gives us easier access to the AdBlue injector there. So we're going to do 2 jobs at once. We'll clean the AdBlue injector and use this as a filling point to get some DPF cleaner in there. That is a 5mm hex. We'll just open that up. So I'm going to clean up that now we've got that removed. First we're going to spray a bit of brake cleaner on it, and then some of the more stubborn stuff there we'll just brush it off with a little soft wire brush. So that should look like something like that when you're finished. Now we can get down here with the cleaning fluid. Okay, so we've got a funnel now right where the AdBlue injector was taken out. I'm going to pour a bottle of fluid straight in there. Now you could probably get away with using 1 bottle of this, but we're going to split it into 4 parts, into 4 bottles, just so we can make sure do a good job on it. I mean, this customer's come down today from Norwich with this one, so I want to make sure that he doesn't have to come back. So we've got a second bottle in. And then a third bottle. And we'll let that sit for 20 minutes in the car. So you can see there now that the DPF is full of the suds there. So what we're doing by putting so much fluid in is just the design of this car. You've got the DPF underneath there, and right beside it you have an EGR cooler, and we want to try and fill that up as much as possible to get in there. Of course, like I said on all my other videos, everyone knows about these cars. It's a lot of people are worried about having the fluid come back into the engine chamber there, but I've probably done about 25 of these now, and I've had good success with them so far. What you can do to stop the EGR cooler opening up into the inlet is either pull the pipe off here or disconnect the airflow meter from there. So I might need my 2 fingers for that. Or 2 hands, more like. Okay, now we've got all that back together. We're going to pull the engine cover off now, so we can get to that DPF pressure sensor over there. Okay, we're back in the vehicle. We shall now start it up. And we'll just, well, 9 grams. I'm not sure if we're going to need to get that reduced. It's a bit high, it should be under 6. Keep an eye on the millibars of pressure. So hopefully we should see them coming down. Let's see if I can get that on a chart, if it'll work. So we're still on sort of 85, 89 pressure there on the particle filter. So I'm just going to let this car idle for a minute. Put the revs all the way up as far as I can go, which is around about 2,500 RPM there. I'll just keep an eye on the pressure. This scan tool is the Launch Euro Tab 3, available from launchtech.co.uk. So you can see it coming down there slowly. So we want to see that on full revs, around about 50 millibars, and then on idle it needs to be under 10. So I'm going to use this pedal depressor just so we can have a walk around our side. So we've got that now connected there to the car. We are on 104 millibars so far. Come back around here now, we have 47, 46 millibars. Now if we let that idle, we'll remove that, let the vehicle idle, see where we are. 13 millibars, so we still need to come down a little bit. Switch the engine off now, and come back around. Now we're going to remove this DPF pressure hose right here. Okay, so I've moved the T30 screw, and I'm just going to use a little pair of pliers to undo that little clamp there and get that open. So now I'll use the 4th bottle of DPF cleaner now, and we're just going to get that filled into the car. We'll get it into the gun here first, then we'll get it connected up to the compressor, and we'll get it sprayed in straight directly through the DPF hose over there. Okay, that's all in. So that's all connected now. So now I'm just going to put the airflow meter back in. Now again we'll start the vehicle up, 2500 RPM. Going to spray this in at 5-second intervals. Leaking a little bit of fluid there. So what I'm doing here is 5-second sprays and then a 5-second break. Now we've got all that back together, we can close down the bonnet. Okay, Okay, we'll come back in the car, have a look. We have 5 millibars of pressure. We'll put our foot all the way down as far as it goes. So we've only got 19 millibars, 20 millibars of pressure. I would say that is probably too low, to be honest, but each car has got different values where they need to be. Okay, so we're just exiting the live data and we are now going to go to back again, special functions. We'll turn the engine off and the ignition on. Don't know if I have to, sorry, I think one might have clicked on the wrong place here. This is just for regeneration. Need to tell it it's had a new DPF pressure sensor. Okay. Now we shall go back again. I think I'll do it through this one. So we had a little bit of high calculated soot. Now I can't reset that on these vehicles for some reason or another, so the only way to do that is by running a regeneration to get the soot down. Even though it probably hasn't got the soot, the car thinks it has, and the only way for me to do it is to run off this regeneration, and then that soot level just drops down. Even if I run the regeneration for 10 or 15 minutes and then cancel it off, the soot comes down, so I need to do that just to get it lowered. Well, we'll try it now anyway. We'll say it's got a new DPF and see if it will allow me to do it. On the last couple of these I've done, it didn't work. Reset check the differential pressure. Yes. The ash mass could not be performed correctly. Yeah, see? So it doesn't work. So what we'll do is we'll do a regeneration. So actually I've just tried it there on a different engine code and it looks like that has worked. Oil mesh has been reset. Next, so what's this doing now? It still wants to do a regeneration, I think. Okay, we've got that triggered off and we just need to watch the grams of soot come down there. Now, the last one of these I've done, this wouldn't move, it was just frozen, and then at the end it would just suddenly drop and show you where the grams of soot was. But yeah, I'm glad to see we've got a live reading on it, so I know when the soot is low. See, it's coming down there nice and quick there. So you can see there, before I even started that regen, the soot had already dropped down to just over 5.5 grams of soot. We're now down to 4.7, so this should only take a few minutes, 5 minutes at the most. So we're just about coming up to reach 610 degrees there now. That's the normal regen temperature. Should stay up around there now. You can see we're down to 3.3 grams there, so this shouldn't take too long now. These Audis, when they are running the regen, they run pretty low. It's only like what, 1400 RPM? Is it something like that? Is it? Oh yeah, almost 1500 RPM. Okay, we've come down to 0.1 grams. The seconds have just frozen, so I think the computer is getting a little bit confused there. So it looks like we're just about finished anyway. Okay, so I'll just tap my foot on the brake there to cancel that off. We are finished, but the computer there has frozen up a little bit. So before we done the fourth regen, we cleared the fault codes and we just confirm that there is none there. That's all good. So we should be just about finished on this one now. Okay, so that's it. We're all done on that. And I'll see you in the next video.